You are once again welcome to Evangelist Imakalu TV, Treasury of Excellent Knowledge. This is part 7 of prioritizing godliness, making godliness a priority, and in fact, the utmost priority of your personal self, of my personal self, of life in its entirety. And the subcaption is pleasing God by faith. Pleasing God by faith. Faith is a means of exercising godliness. Faith is a means of worship. What is faith? Faith is the act of believing and the trusting without seeing a practical, tangible, or certain evidence. Faith is to believe by trustworthiness with reliability of what we have believed or whom we have believed, whether it is a system, whether it is a material thing, whether it is a spirit, animal, or whatever. And for believing them, we have to please them. We have to please them by not wavering, by believing them today and beginning to doubt them tomorrow. We are also to believe in them holistically. It is not about creating alternative mediums that if this does not work, the alternative will work. That is not the kind of faith to pleasing the believed. Then bringing it to the subject matter, which is God. God is the subject matter, and believing Him by personal conviction, by personal reliability, and to please Him means that we should not exercise what is called wavering faith. We should not be believing God and be adding doubt to the belief we have in Him. And if we are to trust God, we are to trust Him holistically in regard to anything we are believing Him for, knowing that He is able and worthy to accomplish that which He has promised, and to accomplish that for which we believe Him, so long as we are doing the thing legitimately. It may not be according to our set time. It may not be according to our presumed method that God will fulfill that promise and bring our desire to pass. It will always be God's own time, God's own formation, God's own dimension. All we need is the result. So it is God's duty to perform the activities in whichever way He chooses, and to bring the expected and the necessary result. Not just a result, but the necessary result. The necessary result, our expected result, are the result that align with God's will and God's purpose in regard to whatever we are believing Him. So praying amiss is one of the reasons people do not receive answers to prayer. It will begin to be as if God does no longer answer prayer, or God is no longer as faithful as He claims to be. But praying according to purpose, according to the will of God, still yield results. as I've explained, not according to our human timing. It is not according to our desperation. It is not according to circumstance, but according to God's timing, according to God's purpose, and according to God's method of bringing the necessary desire to accomplishment. So we must trust God without wavering, without having alternative. Our faith in God should not be hypocritical. It is not about trusting God, then being diabolic at the same time, consulting the witch doctors for solutions or for provision of anything, joining occultism while claiming to be a member of the Christian fold who believe in God for our necessities. We are not to begin to manufacture our own alternative with the conception that if God fails to meet our need, then we do it ourselves with our own medium. So it is a displeasure to God. It is not pleasing to God. So likewise, it is not pleasing to the false gods and all that people, because those who believe in occultism, those who believe in witch doctors, those who believe in whichever way, some people trust their lies, some people have their faith on their own lies and their own manipulations. So whatever thing they believe, they should believe the thing holistically. It is not about having divided trust. It is not about having divided opinion. It is not about having divided attention. But it is to trust the thing holistically. And we can only prove the thing wrong when it does not bring the necessary result. Even though Satan, those who believe in Satan, they still have their results. But the result they have is not the necessary result, because those results do not align with God and His purpose and His will. It rather means that those people who they are trusting Satan, they have their faith in Satan, and they are pleasing Satan by faith, and the Satan is giving to them what they want and not what they need. But for us to worship God, to prioritize our godliness by faith, we must believe in the wisdom of God. We must believe in the foolishness of God. The foolishness of God is that even when God says something or when God is doing anything and it does not make sense to us, we must trust it, trust that system, and trust God because it is God, and because the foolishness of God is wiser than my entire being. The foolishness of God is wiser than the entire being of any human being. So we have to trust God. We have to believe in Him holistically. Whatever we are desiring in righteousness, we have to labor in the physical realm. We have to play our part. Then God has to accomplish the thing by playing His own part, because we do not walk alone. So faith without work is a dead faith. Living faith is faith added to diligent work. Different ways to walk. Work alone cannot meet our needs. Faith alone cannot meet our need. So we need the diligent work. That is diligent work. When I begin to explain about this work, it will elongate this video very well. Work is observing moral uprightness. It is a work. Living the holy and righteous life is a work. Being truthful is a work. And I can say that that is the most difficult work. To be honest, to be truthful. Because an average human being is a liar. There are many then diligent labor. It is not about believing God for God to provide money and without us engaging in any financial activity, financial generating activity. So we must engage ourselves in something, and God gives us the favor to thrive in the legitimate activities we engage. That is how to walk by faith. Even when the promise of God to us seems to be uncertain, we have to trust God. When God says it should be well with the righteous should continue trusting God and continue to be righteous and waiting for God to make it happen, and certainly God will make it happen. It is important that we learn and be consistent to pleasing God by faith as a means of observing righteousness and making righteousness as one of our priority. May God bless you. Always remember to visit Amazon to be buying my books for greater lecture, Understanding and Executing Righteousness, with my songbook, how to play guitar and the keyboard, how to play the sophas with some exemplary songs. The two of the books will be available very soon in Amazon. Lost and Their Problems from Points of Reality is available in Amazon as I speak. Polygamy and Its Problems available in Amazon as I speak. The Olivet Prophecy, Matthew 24, available in Amazon as I speak. Subscribe to my YouTube, share the video, recommend this channel to many others. Let us be building together. This is a treasury of excellent knowledge where people should be coming to be learning the excellent knowledge, to be grabbing, to be acquiring the excellent knowledge, which is divine knowledge for excellence, divine knowledge for progress, divine knowledge for prosperity, divine knowledge for self-development, divine knowledge for building the greater future for self, for family, for the small and large community, and to human society at large. So let me end the video here now. Remain blessed. I will come your way once again. I remain your serviceable servant, evangelist Inyima Kalum.